Good morning and welcome to day 2 of blind contour drawing. Today, before we started, I wanted to talk a little bit about just one of the things that might be stopping you from picking up a pen or a pencil and just getting into drawing. I don't think it's the main one, but it's one, and I touched on it yesterday. The what. What am I going to draw? I've got this big blank white piece of paper and I don't know what I'm going to put onto it. And what? To start with, I suggest that your what is just whatever you see. What's there in front of you? Which is why for this 7 days we're going to just paint our non-dominant, we're going to draw our non-dominant hand because it's there. But getting used to just seeing what's in front of you. And that brings me to the point of seeing. A lot of drawing and not being able to draw is to do with seeing and being able to see things with curiosity, with fresh eyes, I've never seen that before. Let me look at it. Let me be curious about it. Let me investigate it. It so happens that our language, having a word for something, kind of stops us from really seeing it or really looking at it. The moment we name it, my teacup for instance, I stop looking at it because I know what it is. It's a teacup. So I don't need to look at it anymore. And yet, as we know, every teacup is different. And even on every day, my teacup that I drink out of every day would be different because the light would be different. The angle at which it's facing me would be different. So I encourage you to go through your day thinking about really seeing things as if you've never seen them before, and investigating them with curiosity. It occurred to me today, this morning very early, when I should have been sleeping perhaps, that I go out my front door of this beautiful apartment every day, a number of times a day. And I couldn't tell you what my doorknob looks like. I don't know. I just know that there's a doorknob. I'm not even 100% sure if it's a lever or a knob. I think it's a knob. And after this, I'm going to check because I really made sure not to look before I made this what the doorknob looks like. But just think about how we go through our day, and because we know it's a chair or a couch or a teacup or a door, we don't really look. And so drawing is about focus, it's about attention, it's about curiosity. And I think that spills into all areas of our life, our friends, our family, our pets. We know them. Oh, that's Elena, that's Nathaniel. And then I stop really looking at them. I stop noticing the finer details. So in this drawing exercise, I hope that we can also spend time, oh, my pens are falling on the floor, I've got a blue one because I've got blue. We can spend some time really looking, really seeing. So today, let's start. As always, let's invite doubt and self-criticism and judgment and timidity to go for a walk. It's a beautiful, beautiful day in Buenos Aires today, so they can go for a walk at least for this few minutes that we're going to do blind contour drawing. Just, maybe if we practice for a couple of minutes every day that they go away, maybe we can extend the time and they can just slowly but surely take a vacation further and further away from us. And let's invite in some curiosity. So as if you've never ever seen this hand before. And what's lovely is every day we can put our hand into a different position, like this, like this, like this. And it is absolutely new every day. The light is different today than it was yesterday. I'm in a different room. I'm in a different mood. And so I'm going to see things differently. And I'm going to look differently. So today I encourage you, put your hand into a different position than it was yesterday. Take a good look at it. Get your pen ready. Take a deep breath in and out and just listen to my words and focus on looking at that hand of yours. Let's start down at the wrist. That's where I like to start. You're of course welcome to start somewhere else, but maybe today you could start where I start. I'm going to start on the left side of my wrist, and I'm really going to look. I'm going to remember to breathe, and already there's these tiny lines, and I'm using a felt pen, so I can't get the really tiniest details, but if you have a nice sharp pencil, you can even get into the details of every tiny little crevice and crack and line that there is in this hand. And see how it goes up a little bit here, comes down, comes along, comes up, and then there's these couple of little creases that come down actually. And here, and I don't know, today I think it's the lighting, I can see there's this sort of round shape. Okay, and I'm going to try and come back along. I'm not going to look. I don't really mind what happens on the paper. I'm just so curious about my hand today. Look how the light is playing on every single one of these little lines. And see here, I can slow down. And just keep asking yourself, what do I see? Oh, actually, I see all these little lines in my skin going up because I have my thumb pinched to my finger, so it's creating these folds in my flesh. And here, there we go, under here, look. There's all these little, almost like star patterns in our hands. And here, and then there. And this, you know, these lines are not solid. They seem like they're made up of little chunks. I'm going to try and come back along my line, and I'm going to come here, and I'm going to go up. Now I'm going to go to the side of my thumb. I'm going to leave all those creases in my thumb till later. I'm going to come back to them. I'm coming up, and I'm going to try and feel, what would it feel like if my pen was actually touching the edge of my thumb? Can I imagine that? Imagine that your pen is actually running along each one of these little creases. Run it along, keep your eye focused. Breathe, remember to breathe, I forget to breathe. And here we go. Here I'm like in the knuckle of my thumb now. And look at all these interesting, there's so many little lines, especially as we get older. There are all these little lines in here. This is the edge of my nail. And the nail comes up kind of smooth. And it comes like this. And I just kind of cut them yesterday because they were bugging me because I get paint in them. And here, there's the edge of the thumb. And it's, right now it's kind of squished because there's that other finger. Now here, I've got to make the decision. Do I go down the edge of the thumb? I'm just going to get this other finger. I think I'm going to go down the thumb and not get to the other fingers right now. So I come down the other edge. There's that little line. Here's this. What else can I notice? What angle does that line go on? Can I actually imagine my pen going down each crease? What do I see? What do I see? And I've never seen this before. How extraordinary. How extraordinary a thing our hand is. And here the inside. Now I'm going to get all those wrinkles I was talking about before. I'm going to come, and it comes towards me, and then they come folding like that towards my wrist. And then there's this, and then there's another one, and then it comes back. And then I'm going to, where am I going to go now? I'm going to come back up. I think all I'm going to do is I'm going to come down that crease in the middle of my hand. And here, and then there's a little crease that comes towards me. And here, I have no idea now where I am. jump up to this line here, and then there's the bottom of the finger there, and it comes, now here's interesting, it touches the thumb, goes up the thumb, and now, I'm back onto another finger. There's that finger, comes down, there's the crease, it's here, there, and I'm going to come to the outside of my finger, and go up to the knuckle, there's a few lines there, here, and you see I'm just going along, staying relaxed. I have no idea if I am just drawing right on top of what else is there. I don't know, it doesn't matter. And here's the other finger. I go back up and I just see a tiny bit of that other finger, and it kind of tucks behind the thumb, and then it stops. And here I'm going to have to take my pen off, and I'm going to jump. I hope I'm jumping to where my pinky starts. My pinky is here, and it comes there, and it's a little bit, and there that joint is. And here, go up, and I'm going to slow. Just imagine that I am actually there, touching my finger. There we go. Keep breathing, keep asking yourself, what do I see? What do I see? Because what we see is very different from what we think we see. I'm going to come down the edge of my hand. There's a little bit of thing there. Here, and this is interesting. There's a little sort of divot here. And here, and then down, and to the end, and back at my wrist. Ooh. Wow. Look at today's drawing. Well, as you can see, it does not look very much like a hand. But I really did get to see. I focused. I didn't cheat. I stayed on focus. I stayed on task. Self-criticism kind of just knocked on the door and tried to come in, but I said, no, go back for a walk. And yeah, here we go. Today is Saturday, May 15th, 2021. All right. And I hope to see you tomorrow, and I hope you enjoyed this. And as a little bit of, shall I call it, homework, why don't you try for the rest of the day or for 1 hour to walk around as if you had never, ever seen anything before. None of what is in your life. You don't know what it is. You've never seen it. And take some time to investigate it with curiosity. All right. Ciao.